No, I said, who's out here buying stolen tequila?
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
State versus Imani Renee Robinson. Can I have parties announced for the record? State.
Megan Galloway.
Defense.
Roberto Ambrosino.
And are you Ms. Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Robinson, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with theft of property, $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Robinson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
All right. For clarification, is there an application for deferred or no?
No, there's not. I may have just grabbed the wrong form and I circled community supervision instead.
All right. So with regards to the plea bargain agreement.
I
What-
did not. Did I not check off that there's no?
Well, no, you all need to put down what the punishment is to be assessed at.
Yes, my apologies.
No problem. Thank you. So according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There is no application for deferred adjudication and the state is recommending community supervision and there's a $2,000 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Don and Benz. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State, any evidence?
The state offers states exhibit number 1 and attachments.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, it's been some time since the incident. Since something happened recently. She is in a better place now in her life. She's employed. She's 9 months pregnant. She's set to give birth here in about 12 days or so. She's in a good place, and she thinks that has learned her lesson and will definitely comply with probation.
All right, so this is the third time she's probably learned her lesson from stealing. Why do you keep stealing?
Before I wasn't in a better position than what I am now, and that was something that I picked up in a bad habit.
What, a bad habit of stealing?
Yes.
How do you develop a habit for stealing?
It was just something that I chose to do. It was a choice. And
But I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, how do you develop the habit for stealing?
it just happened, and
Well, I mean,
something
did you
that
all
was-
plan? Did you all say, hey, let's go to Don and Ben's and take tequila?
no, it wasn't anything like that. Like I said, I was in a bad predicament, and I was using that to like pay rent or do any, just making any
No, I
type
don't
of-
know. Because, and let me just explain to you why I don't realize that.
Understand.
Because people will spend money on their wants, but not on their needs.
Right.
And what I'm reading in here, everybody in the vehicle was dressed to the nines. So obviously there was money for clothes, there was money for hair, there was money for nails, there was money for gold, there was money for gold grills, but then people are saying they're stealing for other things that I don't understand.
Right.
And then going to Dunn and Ben's, the officer said that the car smelled of marijuana, and you all just went to Dunn and Ben's grabbing tequila. So I don't understand when people say, oh, I needed rent. Who's out here buying stolen tequila?
I don't smoke, so I don't know.
No, I said, who's out here buying stolen tequila? Did you take orders where you just say, hey, anybody want tequila? Because it's saying that you took
6 bottles.
yes, of tequila, 2 coconut bottles, reposado,
Yes.
and
Regular.
so see, she remembers. So why? So that you all could drink and have a good time. How old are you?
I'm 28. I was 17 at the time, and that was just how I was making my money. There's no excuse for it. I'm not making no excuse for it. And like I said, that's something that I'm not doing anymore.
And the people you were with, this Latasia Bateman, who is that?
Just a friend of mine,
And
or
who-
was a friend of mine.
All right, and who is this? I guess their mom named them T.I. Era Barber.
Yes,
Who is that?
just another friend.
What does T.I. stand for? Is that their name,
I
T.I.?
think it's Tierra.
Oh,
Right.
the officer then put an apostrophe. Okay. All right, court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. If you were drug tested today, what would the results be?
I'm gonna be clean.
Okay. There's to be regular UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work for home health.
Doing what?
Pretty much like assisting and aiding. I'm with
What does that
DSP.
mean, assisting and aiding?
I pretty much help feed, change clothes.
The credential or like a CNA?
I'm not a CNA. I'm just a caregiver.
No, do you go into people's homes and do this? I don't allow people on probation in this
This is
court.
the actual. It's like a nursing home. It's not just like a home. It's a like it's a nursing home, like an actual.
So she doesn't go on.
So it doesn't go into people's houses. It's a actual facility.
All right, I'm not going to allow you to continue to work there unless I receive a letter from your employer stating that they know what you're charged with and you can still work there. And then the people that you're taking care of, they either need to sign something or their relatives need to know that you're working there.
100%.
All right, then their relatives need to know that you're working there. That's Ms. Abrams, that's what I'm ordering. So proof of employment within 30 days. No employment with minors.
She is on maternity leave right now, so I don't know if you might be able to extend 30 days out a little bit longer than that.
Oh, just speak to probation about that. I consider myself to be reasonable.
Just thought I'd put that on the record.
I appreciate it.
Because I'm going to be, 30 days from 2 weeks and then.
Oh, trust me, probation will say she's on maternity leave. And I'll say, okay. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider in someone's residence. And also, she's not to be a home health care provider at a facility. Without a letter from the employer stating that they are aware of her criminal history and she's allowed to work there. And the family members of whoever she's caring for is aware of a criminal history and they have no objection to their working there. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once the parenting classes are complete, 100 of those hours will be waived. And then I'm going to order the theft course. Once that's complete, the remaining hours will be waived. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and I'm sorry, just one other thing. There's to be no contact with Lastasia, Lastasia, Bateman, Batman, and Tierra, Tierra, Barber, Barber. All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. If you need anything, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Just remain in court probation. We'll go over conditions. You're welcome.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.